you ever felt like your magic used to work better? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get really great results with their magic and others only seem to collect techniques and spells? Some people think that they need a new spell, a new technique, a new thing to do. Most of the time, what they really need is a stronger power base. Before any tool, spell, candle, psalm, angel, sigil, or pentacle can be effective, there must be power behind it. And today, we are going to be building that power. We are not merely physical beings. We possess a magical identity, a magical body, a power structure. We talk a lot about the witch's pyramid, and there's 4 sides to this witch's pyramid: will, faith, imagination, and secrecy. Each of these corresponds to an element. Fire corresponds to will, water to faith, air to imagination, and earth to secrecy. All 4 of these must be in balance in order for us to have effective magic. Think of a stool. If you remove one leg from a stool, it becomes unstable. And the same happens with our magic. Power comes from balance. We begin with the fire body because fire is the principle of directed power. Fire transforms, fire acts, fire moves. Without fire, dreams are just dreams. They never become realities. Intentions just become wishes. Plans just remain plans. Many people desire, but few people will. Desire says, I want. Will says, this shall be. And this distinction is critical. Desire is important, and we will talk about that more at another time. But today, it's all about the will. Everyone has will, yet most people use their will against themselves. They break promises to themselves. They start things, but they never finish them. They postpone. They say yes when they mean no. They say no when they mean yes. They sometimes lie or alter the truth in order for people to feel better. Every time this happens, the deep mind receives a message. My word has no power. This matters magically because magic depends on the power of command. If your deep mind does not trust your power of command, then your spell work becomes very weak. The fire body grows stronger when your words and actions agree. When I say I will do something, I do it. When I say no, I mean no. When I say yes, I mean yes. There's no contradiction. There's no leakage. There's no divided energy. My will is focused. This week, we are going to be doing several exercises to build your magical will so that you can start getting results from your magic. The first one is called the 7 Victories. This is a list of things that you will accomplish over the next 7 days. You are not making a to-do list. You are training your magical authority. The first thing is to take a clean sheet of paper and write will list on the top. Choose 7 tasks that you will accomplish over the next 7 days. The criteria for each of these tasks is that they must be completed in a single day. They can't be too easy, but they also cannot be overwhelming. They should sit right in the middle, enough that you have to use your willpower to get them done, but not so difficult that they cause you to strain. You are committing to completing 1 task each day. You must complete the task listed for the day before you go to sleep. No excuses. Each time you complete one of these tasks, you are training your deep mind and telling it, when I decide, reality moves. What I say goes. As I will, so must it be. You're going to do a second exercise this week. And this exercise is reclaiming the powers of yes and no. Most people have very weak boundaries. They might say yes out of guilt, agreeing to something that they don't want to do in order to avoid discomfort or in order to please another person. They allow themselves thus to be manipulated. The fire body requires clarity. This means that for this next 7 days, You say yes only when you mean yes, and you say no when you mean no. This is not being aggressive. This is not being rude. This is not being selfish. This is taking care of your fire body. This builds power. The universe responds more clearly when we become clear. The more clarity you are building into your fire body, the more power you have over your environment. The third exercise for this week is an exercise in focus. Energy follows attention. Scattered attention creates scattered results. Focused attention creates focused results. Think of the difference between a flashlight and a laser beam. The difference is the amount of focus the laser beam has over the flashlight. This week we are creating a laser. Just as a physical muscle strengthens through repetition, concentration strengthens through repetition. There are many different ways that you can strengthen and exercise your concentration. I have an exercise called the Magic Minute. You simply take a mantra. I like the mantra, Blessed Be. For 1 minute, and you can time this on your smartphone, you're going to close your eyes. Each time you inhale, you mentally repeat the word blessed. Each time you exhale, you mentally repeat the word be. You keep your mind focused on that inner mantra for 60 seconds. If your mind wanders, don't worry about it. Just gently bring it back to the mantra. If you can keep that going for 60 seconds, then start to expand it to 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. You can keep expanding that up to 20 minutes. It is the mind's nature to wander. It is your willpower that is strengthened when you gently bring it back again and again. The fourth exercise is the exercise of fire through movement. Fire must move. When the body stagnates, it's hard to build the fire body. Physical activity increases vitality, strengthens confidence, creates momentum, and reinforces your will. You can use any form of physical exercise you like for the next 7 days. Walking, yoga, tai chi, weight training, dance, martial arts, anything is fine. It needn't be strenuous, just getting your heart rate up a little bit, getting your breathing going, and your blood pumping. If you can break a sweat, that's great, but always work within whatever your own physical limitations are. Make sure that it's appropriate and safe for you, but do some sort of physical exercise every single day for the next 7 days. In addition to those 4 exercises, this week I want you to become aware of the witch's word. Words create reality. Words program the deep mind. This is why it's important to keep your word whenever possible. Nobody's perfect. We can't expect to never have to cancel an appointment. But for the next 7 days, I want you to be hyper aware of when you give your word. Make sure that you are always honest. Don't commit to anything that you know you can't follow through with, and that you do your very best to follow through with each and every commitment that you make. For 7 days, your word is going to be pristine. If you can't commit to something, don't commit. Remember that lies weaken your power. Truth strengthens your power. Your deep mind notices everything. If you've been dishonest or you catch yourself being dishonest, don't beat yourself up. You're a human being. It happens to everyone. Just be aware of it and recommit again and again to keeping your word and making your word truthful. What happens when you strengthen your fire body? You'll notice that you have greater confidence, that you have more follow-through, that you don't procrastinate, that you have very clear boundaries, that you have much better concentration, and most importantly, that you have much greater effectiveness in your magic. You begin trusting yourself, and this is where the real power begins. The fire body is not built through wishing, it's built through action, through focus, through follow-through. Your fire body grows stronger each and every time your words and your actions agree with one another. Over the next 7 days, I want you to collect those 7 victories. Practice concentration for a minimum of 1 minute a day. Move your body a little bit each and every day. Say yes only when you mean yes, and say no when you mean no. Keep your word and be honest. Before any spell can transform your world, you must first become the kind of witch whose word carries power. We will be moving through the rest of the witch's pyramid in subsequent lessons, but for this week, it's all about the fire body. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time, blessed be.